Hi everyone. Today, here we are in Soultopia. We're coming to you live this afternoon and I'm very, very excited to have a special guest with us today. Just waiting a couple of seconds while anybody that is joining us is connecting. But we're going to be learning about essences, and it's absolutely not an area that I have any training in, but I've been diagnosed them, or what do you call it, prescribed them over the years and given them to use, which has been really wonderful and beneficial. And so what I'm going to do now is introduce our special guest. I'm so excited to have you here, Justine. This is Justine Whitfield, who is our reflexology expert and energy worker, and she often uses essences with her clients.
Hi, Lee.
So,
Thank you.
Thanks very much.
I'm so happy to be sharing my passion with you.
Yeah, absolutely. It's so great to have you here. Justine and I have known each other for many years, and it's so great to be kind of working alongside someone that knows so much about a very esoteric sort of area, which is essences. And so can you tell me a little bit about why, how long, where did they come from? How did we ever start using essences?
Well, many ancient and native cultures believe that, the vital life force energy is actually in nature. So even back as 500,000 years ago in Lemuria, there's even been reports that they were using them way back then because they were actually quite sensitive, empathic sort of souls. Right through to the Aboriginals, they've been using for example, the boab tree to help women. They used to actually put the boab leaves and lay the pregnant women on the boab leaves for when they were giving birth. And they believe that the essence of the boab actually cleared any impurities from the baby as it was being birthed. Right down to, most people are probably familiar with Dr. Edward Bach in England. So that was in the 1930s that he discovered the Bach flower remedies. And then we have Ian White, the Australian practitioner who has got the Australian bushflower essences. I have probably about 5 ranges that I like to use in my clinic, and probably more so the Australian bushflowers I probably use, and also the shell essences. I find they really make a difference with my clients.
And what are the shell essences? I haven't heard of those before.
She's an Australian lady, and so she's used the energy of the shells. And yeah, so they're amazing. They sort of work, as with all the other essences, on an emotional, mental, spiritual sort of layer with the person.
Oh, that's fantastic. So why do we use essences, and how can they support us on our journey and in our healing?
Well, they sort of free us from negative moods and emotions, and even other essences can go further as to help us to recognise, to let go of behaviour patterns that generate negative beliefs or feelings, and also block us from even our spiritual path or our life path. So they can work on all different levels, whether it be physical, mental, emotional, even right up to you being on your own spiritual path. So that they can keep us from being... They actually deal with the result of the cause of an illness rather than just masking the effects.
So it's trying to really get into that root cause of what it is.
Yeah, so even when we feel confused about a situation or relationship or life path, essences can help us see things from a totally different perspective. I believe that they bring us back to our true, authentic self.
Yeah. So they can clear things from us that we don't need.
Oh, definitely. So some essences act at a physical level, and they strengthen, balance various areas within your body, whether it be a whole system right down to even an organ, say your kidneys. So I just find them so beneficial in my clinic. And I also find that once the client has had a treatment, it's great to actually give them an essence to work with until we see them again. So that keeps on shifting everything for the client in between our sessions. So I find them so powerful. And then
Yeah.
what I'm finding at the moment, I'm getting a lot of empathic sort of type of people.
Yeah.
So I find that there's, in particular, the bushflower essences, there's two essences, fringe violet and angel sword. And by even putting them on your solar plexus or your dantian point, you place the essences there, and you can also take them internally. It actually just gives you a psychic sort of protection, and you're not actually picking up energy from other people. So it actually allows you to stand in your power, to be more confident, strong, and also clearing anyone else's energy that could be in your energy field. They're quite amazing.
That sounds just incredible, how, you know, it can be so supportive for a person when, you know, we're trying to get clarity, trying to make a decision, and trying to have that sense of not taking on the energy from others around us.
Definitely. And even the bushflowers, and there's many around, a space clearing mist. So people may even find by using this in your home, or you can even just spray your own auric field just to cleanse. Great even for the children before they go to school. I like to sort of cleanse my children, just to cleanse whatever they've got on them even before they go to school, to protect them, and even spraying them after they get home, just to clear away everything that they've picked up during the day.
Yeah, it's just like a bit of a dust off and clearing that space, literally, isn't it?
It is, yeah, they're quite amazing.
And just trying to think of how can they be helpful when people they know that something's coming, like a major life event or surgery or something. How can they protect or support at that time?
So essences have the ability to dress like a physical, mental, emotional and spiritual aspects of ourselves to help bring about a complete healing. They heal on a chakra, a meridian, a physical level. So depending what's going on for the client, say if they were going in for kidney surgery, maybe I'd look at an essence for the kidney. Maybe we could look at it, the emotional aspect. In Chinese medicine, the kidney, for example, is fear. So you could look at it in all different sort of areas, or you could even look at the meridian that's blocked within the body, and you could place the essences on the blocked areas of the meridian on the body.
Yeah. And that just, have you had any experiences of that with clients where you can recall what took place and how it benefited them?
Oh, definitely. Even coming from my reflexology, I find I've had a client recently with sciatica, and I used the appropriate sciatic essence on the sciatic area of the foot, and it was for me as a reflexologist, very crunchy, and you could tell it was very blocked. But by putting the essence on that area, and even the client noticed how amazing within, less than a minute, that area had totally eased. And the client's reaction was she felt like she just had a deep inner healing. She said, I can't explain it. She said it was like you shifted things on all these different levels. She said, I'm feeling like a new person. So for me, that was quite great feedback to see, how the essences work actually on the body rather than taking them internally.
Yeah, absolutely. Gosh, that's so powerful. And to be able to do that for clients is just incredible, isn't it? Such an amazing set of resources that you've got there. And so you sort of you do a bit of a diagnosis of what's going on in the body and how it's showing up, and then what might have been the cause, and then match it with the appropriate essence.
That's right, yes. So they give you the strength and support that you need. They're all natural. You're not going to have any side effects. I just ask people, don't be afraid of using them, because once you will try them, you'll just notice such a change in your life. In all areas, you'll be happier. They can unblock physical complaints from things like stiffness in your joints. If you're just having a bad day, it's amazing if you take an essence, how quickly they do actually work to lift your mood.
Yeah. Just works at such a powerful level, doesn't it?
It does. And I've just got a couple here that I was going to go through.
Yeah.
This is a great one I love to use for my teenager, adolescence essence. So this,
okay, sounds good. Tell us all about that one.
it assists in emotional harmony and balance in adolescence. And I know, just talking from personal experience with my 13-year-old daughter, she gets quite bad acne in her skin. And after taking this essence, it's amazing. Within a couple of days, it has just almost cleared. And
I've heard that acne, the essences for acne, but I wondered if it was putting it on it, but it's orally taken, is it?
Yes. So if you take it, it's got some essences. For example, one of the essences, bottle brush, is a good cleansing sort of remedy, great for the gut. So as you know, our skin is one of the organs that helps detoxify things from your system. So just by having even the essence bottle brush, it's actually helping to clear your skin. Kangaroo paw can be used when you're a little bit awkward in social sort of settings. Red helmet orchid is even when you've got father issues. So there's so many different essences in here. There's probably about 8 essences that will work on all different areas for your teenager, emotional, physical, help them cope with life. Because, especially with teenagers, their hormones are so up and down. So it just sort of helps balance things out. Abundance essence is another great one I love. And it's not only
about that one.
It's not only material abundance, it's even seeing the gratitude in life. So I actually feel that that's a great essence that can come and even transition when you're going through major life changes. This is the essence that will sort of help ease you through that situation.
So if you were coping with change, or even if you're grieving through a change, doesn't have to be somebody's passed away or anything, but you're grieving and all that difficult, heavy emotion, that abundance one could be the one?
I'd say probably the transition would be better for transition. And it's actually a great essence when someone is actually transitioning to the other side. It's, if someone's very ill and in a hospice, this is definitely an essence that I would recommend for that.
It's powerful work, isn't it? How it's just so subtle, but working so quickly and such big results.
Definitely, yes. And I would love to see essences in every home. I think they just make such a difference. I even use it on our family dog when she has anxiety or different things, just a couple of drops in her water bowl. The space clearing, spraying the house regularly. The children are always having drops in their mouth for different reasons. We hardly ever go to the doctor because this is really my medicine kit because we're all.
The problem is the world out there is a bit concerned that the whole medical industry will fall over if we all are using our essences and getting alternative therapy prescriptions or support.
Yes. So, I mean, they can just ground you. They're just amazing. They can help you with anything from public speaking through to going through to a divorce, through to health issues. They're quite amazing.
Yeah, so people can get a better sense of clarity and break that kind of cycle of energy blocks, can they, by using them as well?
Yes, definitely. But by clearing the blocks that we have in our life, we're really getting back to the essence of who we are, and then we have more clarity to move forward in our life. You're making more a heart-centered decision rather than the fear-based or the ego mind. It just brings you back to your true, authentic self.
And I've been very fortunate, everyone, because Justine has sent me one that I've been trying, and it's a very special essence for us energy workers to be using, and that's had some really interesting little breakthroughs going on there, so I can see how it's just so quick. Yeah. Like a lot of things, I suppose, that go straight into your system, but like, wow, it's amazing.
That's fantastic. I'm really happy, Lee, that you've noticed a change. And sometimes we don't actually know that the essences have worked until you sort of realise, oh, I'm not like that anymore. I don't have that pain anymore. So they actually do work on it, sometimes a very subtle level.
Yeah, and I remember I did get something came up that I realised was a bit of a breakthrough in how I'd been looking at a situation, and a whole new breakthrough came through today. I was like, oh, okay. And it was about me. It's often hard to get that other view on yourself, isn't it? So you're like, oh, yeah, I've got to improve that or change something. So, yeah, it's interesting.
They make you look through, it's like you're looking through new eyes and allows you to get a new perspective on in any areas within your life.
And have you got any more stories of maybe even in your own journey, how you first came into learning about them?
Oh, I think when I studied first back in nature care, sort of over 12 years ago, I did a course on the bark flowers, and we had the most amazing teacher. And just from that moment, I just had an absolute love with the essences. And I've since gone on and done a lot of training. I just find they just really change lives. They're just, I can see it in my clinic. I can see it in my children. I see it in my friends. I just had a school mum, for example, a couple of weeks ago. She had a cold sore and she had never used essences before. Was really quite unsure about natural therapies. And I made her up a bottle of mix, and she sent me a text message the next 2 days and could not believe that she'd been on all of this cold sore medication for years and it actually had cleared up. So she was just astounded. So even simple things like that, it can sort of help work with. So it was great.
Gosh, that's the absolute bane of people's lives that suffer from cold sores, isn't it? Because it's so obvious, it's right in the middle of your face, and when they come up, it's of their own choice. They operate in their own way like that. Wow, she would have just been amazed.
It was, and because we got to the root cause of what was going on, we helped sort of clear it. And it also not only, and she said, I just feel amazing because it was actually working on an emotional level too, because she was going through some things in her life. So not only did it work on a physical level, but she had started to gain new clarity in a new direction of her life. She was feeling amazing. So it was great. So it's really nice to see how they actually work on so many different levels, and they're just wonderful on kids, and especially babies. Even giving birth, you can use the essences in your labour, right through to elderly patients. So
I think the children would be fantastic, absolutely.
Yes, definitely. And you can even just put them in their water bottle to go to school if your child suffers from anxiety, or they're very good with people with depression. They can sort of work on that level. So and emergency essence is great. I find that even personally for headaches, it just works so quickly, and you can put it sort of on whatever area you're getting the headache, and it just dissipates so quickly.
Oh, that's fantastic. Yeah. And do people need to use them with caution because they're quite powerful? Like a lot of sort of natural remedies they're strong, aren't they? You can't just like down the whole bottle. Because
they are all natural, and so definitely don't be scared by using the essences, that's for sure. And as I've just showed you a few, there are combination essences that you can get from the health food shop, so you can sort of either talk to someone at the health food shop, or they're quite clear in what they actually do. So 7 drops usually twice a day is what most of them sort of ask you to take home.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like I'm completely converted. It sounds just so powerful, and I think I've been exposed more to the flower remedies. So that's where, not having seen a practitioner that's been using the essences, is the difference. And so it's really, really opening my eyes. It's amazing how powerful they are, and that they're so readily available.
They are. Oh, thanks, Lee. That's great. So,
and do you think that there's a way that a person can get started with using them? Would it be good to just look at the spray for home or something else?
Look, to be quite honest, it would be good if they had something going on in their life, to see a practitioner and actually ask for a bottle of drops to be made. For example, I've just got my kit here, if you can see it. So there's, just in this kit alone, there's 69 essences. So as a practitioner,
that's it, right? Yeah.
We would work with what's going on for you. Either in my clinic, I use a range of different ways to tap into the essence for the client, so they don't need to even be there. There's also the cards that the client can choose. That they're drawn to the essence, and that will actually show like the physical, emotional, and mental aspect that's needed by. So you can in a bottle make up to 7 different essences. Usually we recommend less is better because you're actually addressing sort of the deeper core issue. Or they can, as I said, the spray is a wonderful thing to start with, just to show even using the sprays, they can just calm and clear your energy quite quickly.
Fantastic. Oh, well, thank you so much for all of this information. It's been fantastic.
Oh, thanks, Lee, and thank you so much for your time. I've really enjoyed being here today.
Yeah, and that's great.
On the essences.
Yeah, we'll have to continue the journey, definitely. Oh, well, thanks again. And the video will be available in our group. And so for anybody that wasn't able to tune in live, then you can watch it again and hear how the essences can make such a difference in your life. And thanks so much, Justine.
Thanks, Lee. Take care.
Bye. And bye.